Ladies and gentlemen, live from Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977 is Wednesday or Saturday, and you know what that means. It's time for AEW Dynamite or Collision Event Center. And now here's the man that will bring you the happenings of AEW All Elite Wrestling action, Mr. Eric M. Lima.
Thank you very much, Mr. Announcer, sir. Welcome to yet another episode of Eric Lima Shenanigans 1977 episode 2679 of the show. We're going to talk about what happened on AEW Collision, the fallout from Blood and Guts, that's right. And the final collision, technically the final collision before, final full show of Collision before Full Gear next Saturday. And I'll tell you what, with the, I think most of the women will not be competing. Well, I say most of the women. I think most of them were involved in the Blood and Guts match. I think it's actually with Statlander and Mercedes Moné, and they're going to be colliding for the AEW Women's World Championship. And also next week there will be on Dynamite will be 3 women's matches. Both of them will be the remainers of the quarterfinals in the women's tag team tournament. At the Timeless Love Bombs, Tony Storm, Mina Shirakawa to face the team of Alex Windsor and Riho, and Megan Bayne and Marina Shafir taking on Tai J. And also there'll be a Ring of Honor Women's World Television Championship unification match. Red Velvet, the original champ, will take on the interim champ Mercedes Moné. So, will Mercedes Moné make it official, or will Red Velvet get that belt back, and Mercedes Moné will be down 1 belt from her 13 championships she has recently held? So, we'll find out what's going on that one. We have a trios match to start off Collision. The team of Jay Lethal, Adam Priest, and Tommy Billington to go up against the Death Riders is Wheeler Yuta, Daniel Garcia, and Pac. But Matt Menard was supposed to be on commentary, joining with Nigel McGuinness and Tony Schiavone, but Daniel Garcia starts running his mouth and starts disrespecting Matt Menard, slaps him upside the head, and then Matt Menard, the two of them will fight. But Jon Moxley decided to jump in and said, "I'll take over from here," and so he joins on commentary. And then the Death Riders end up winning this matchup, and Pac addresses the eerie crowd about Darby Allin. And at Full Gear, Pac has challenged Darby Allin, and the matches will be accepted. So at Full Gear, it will be Pac one-on-one with Darby Allin. Then Lexi Nair did a couple of interviews, one before commercial break and one after. Lexi Nair interviewed the United Empire, the recently reunited United Empire. That would be, Aussie Open. Aussie Open. That would be the team of Mark Davis and Kyle Fletcher. And we know Kyle Fletcher is aiming on trying to beat Mark Briscoe for the TNT title and get Mark Briscoe in the Don Callis family. Then you got Mark Davis, who wants a piece of Mark Briscoe, and that matchup will be coming up next. But before that matchup, Lexi Nair, after the commercial break, interviewed Timeless Tony Storm and Mina Shirakawa. And Mina Shirakawa was not cleared to compete at the time because of Blood and Guts, but Tony Storm says she wants everybody on that opposing team because they messed with Mina Shirakawa. And I gotta tell you, when Tony Storm means something, she means it, man. She can cut some serious promos as a lady. That's what I love about Tony Storm. She can cut some funny promos and come unhinged, no filter with this woman. And so that means the Triangle of Madness, Megan Bayne, and Marina Shafir, we're all going to pay a price. So Tony Storm's not in a good mood, as you can tell. Well, it's a battle of the marks, ladies and gentlemen. Briscoe versus Davis, and Mark Briscoe end up winning the matchup. Meanwhile, Christopher Daniels and Scorpio Sky addressing Kyle Fletcher. Meanwhile, Josh Alexander is sending a message to Kenny Omega by attacking one of Omega's good friends, Michael Nakazawa, in the trainer's room. And then you got the MXM TV casting call, and it's a women's singles matchup as Taya Valkyrie takes on another Ty, Mello. And so a battle of ties, so to speak, and the Tie Bowl. You know, it ain't gonna be the Tidy Bowl. That's another thing. And the Tie Bowl. You know, Taya Valkyrie and Ty Mello, and Ty Mello end up winning the matchup. But after the matchup, Maria Shafir attacking Ty Mello, and then Timeless Tony Storm decided to hit the ring and go after Marina Shafir. I got a hunch that this could end up being mixed into the women's tag team title tournament as they go along. And like I said at the top of the show, the remaining two matches of the quarterfinals, it could end up being Tony and Mina versus Megan and Marina. TNT title on the line. Kyle Fletcher defending it against the former two-time champ Scorpio Sky. Fletcher ended up winning the matchup, but then Mark Davis decided to attack Scorpio Sky after the matchup. But then Mark Briscoe and Top Flight came out to chase both Davis and Fletcher away. And then Mark Briscoe took it to the mic and says he's going to kick his butt and he'll better give that belt some kisses because that comes home with me. And then Kyle Fletcher said, no, you're going to get beat and you're going to join Don Callis' family. Then there was another matchup, a four-way $200,000 tailgate fight. Whoever wins $200,000. Bowens and Caster, the former Acclaim, they don't want to team up, but they say, oh, yeah, we're forced to, and all that. And then Big Bill and Brian Keith said something, the Outrider said something, Juice Robinson said something about it, as he represents the Bang Bang Gang. Then the women's tag team matchup, Alex Windsor and Riho, who were not involved in the women's blood and guts match, as well as Ty J. Like I said, those two teams have a slight advantage because of the fact that all the other women were in the blood and guts match, and all the other women were in the tournament, and Alex Windsor and Riho and Ty J did not get involved. Well, they took on Hyann and Maya World, and that's her name, Maya World. And Riho and Windsor end up winning the matchup. Meanwhile, Tony Storm and Shirakawa addresses those two, the winners of the match, Riho and Windsor. Says, we don't want to make it personal, but we know, but we're going to beat you guys and have a bloody good time. And Alice was like, yeah, we'll have a bloody good time. Well, no problem there. And then meanwhile, Kyle O'Reilly addresses Jon Moxley, and Moxley responds. And like Jon Moxley's a little bit upset about Kyle O'Reilly wanting another piece of him. Then Lexi Nair interviewed Ty Mello, and Ty Mello says, I respect you, but I'm going to have to kick your head off in this tournament. As far as Marina Shafir, you call yourself the problem? Well, I'm going to be the solution if you keep messing with me. Then, in the main event All-Star 8-Man Tag, Juice Robinson, Bandito, and Jet Speed take on FTR and Los Facción Ingobernables, Team of Rush and Sammy Guevara, the Ring of Honor World Tag Team Champions. And and the winners of that match were Jet Speed, Bandito, and Juice Robinson. You see, this is what FTR gets for disrespecting Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. Okay? That's how I feel. So, that is it for today. Oh, I want to welcome a new subscriber to the channel. I forgot to do that before, so shame on me. And where are my stinking manners? Give me a second here, folks, because all right. So, what are my stinking manners? So, give me a second. So here we go. And the new subscriber, I'm going to welcome the Ghost Games, even though it's spelled the Ghost, and no spacing, and GMES, but Ghost Games. So the Ghost Games, welcome to my channel. I hope you enjoyed. Hope you enjoyed my videos. Any questions, please feel free to leave them in the comment section. I will try to answer them as best as I can. All right. So this is all for today's episode. And a little friendly note: there is no Patriots game tomorrow because they played twice this past week. They played this past Sunday against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They won that. And then they extended their streak to 8 games in a row, beating the Jets this past Thursday night. So I think the next game after that, this is going to be a bye week for them next week. And they'll be playing the Cincinnati Bengals the Sunday before Thanksgiving. And as you know, a little friendly reminder, November the 29th, I will be working that day because I'll be making up for having Thanksgiving off. So be it as it may, however, I'll probably do my Card Strikes videos. Card Strike video, either possibly doing that and then schedule it for Saturday, or I'll do it when I come home, like I usually do with all my other game show videos. So either way, it will get done on Saturday. So that's Saturday, the 29th. So because of the holidays, it may be a little differently. It may be a little bit more different than usual. So we gotta make sure to spruce up the place, make sure it looks nice and everything else. So November the 29th, I'll be working that Saturday morning, but I will be doing everything else when I get home. All right. So that's all the time we have on the show. Thank you for tuning in. Until the next episode comes rolling around, Mr. Announcer, take us home.
That is all for today's episode of the show. This is Mr. Announcer speaking for Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. A Big Beefy E and do it for Bob Saget production, and in association with a Raving Bull for 3000 Telepictures and Distribution. Thank you for watching another episode of Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. See you later on the next episode of the show. Goodbye for now.